So teachers didn't last there very long. And I think my combination of being from a council house estate myself, where nothing ever really shocked me, and that all the fifth years were dating my boyfriend's younger brother, really helped me quite a lot. My kudos in the school. And then one day the deputy head turned up and said, "I've brought you a new supply teacher." Did I hear that name right? I've got all of those books on the bookshelf. Supply teacher, Jenny was a saviour. I wasn't on my own teaching that really tough situation anymore. We had a great time together during those, it really brightened up those tough days. Then once a permanent teacher came, who were only there sort of temporarily, you went off to set up a boys' school, a new department in a local boys' school. I'm sure you can write a book on that too. Wow. Including the boy who stabbed himself trying to steal some apples out of a bag. And the knife went straight into his chest.
Don't remind me, that's so traumatic.
And it was a bag of apples that wasn't even his. He was nicking a few extra to go in his apple crumble, if I remember the story. But then she was writing a new school textbook for Heinemann, and she asked if she could ask me to help on testing it, a bit like, on some real kids in the lessons. And that was a great combination, because every time the kids said, "Oh, this is boring, miss," we ditched that page and we rewrote it, didn't we? We made sure the pages made sense, the kids could follow what was going on, and we tested everything. And that, as we have heard, those books were much loved across the country and hugely successful as a consequence. And it turned into a book series, and Jenny invited me to help her co-author them. You'll never know how much that opened so many doors for me, for you to ask me to do that with you. I'm hugely grateful for the opportunities that then came my way. It simply changed the direction of my career. And I have to say, fulfilled a childhood dream. I've written little books since I was about 8 years old, of always wanting to be a writer. At this time, so we're talking about the late 80s, early 90s, schools were undergoing enormous change. You've heard about all the name changes of the subject. And the first ever national curriculum arrived. Hard to think about it now. Home economics was not really on there, but food and cookery became part of design and technology. And those were tense times for everyone. But the one thing you can rely Jenny on to do through her writing of new resources for young people is to provide something so irresistible, engaging, and dare I say quirky, that it was so vibrant and appealing. The teachers are uplifted by her interpretation of what this new subject was about and what they should teach. I'll pause for a moment to talk about the writing process with Jenny. I was teaching full-time, but I was also doing a part-time master's for 2 evenings a week and running guides in Putney, done that for many years, and with Girl Guides. But we managed to squeeze in every week a writing night. I've never had so much fun. I think the gin and tonic that helped us get going is today's version of AI, getting you powered up. The ideas flowed, we pumped out some great ideas for me to test back in school. Jenny's approach was influenced by a few things, as well as the gin. One was the most creative use of visual artwork in each book, whether that be depicting real food, a label, an annotated recipe, a photograph of one of your foodie trips around the world. Before your style, books were monotone and dull, really. We've seen some of those, haven't we? Children with lower reading ages were suddenly included in this learning and could follow what was going on. It was great fun for them. The other influence was Jenny's approach to adding maths to all the food activities. Something to do with her mother telling her to train to teach a proper subject. You did. And the books excelled in bringing everyday maths to life. These books were absolute bestsellers. When you think we have about 4,000 secondary schools, there were something like 150,000 copies of those schools. So they were across every classroom and every teacher used them. And it's true what everyone has said about wanting, knowing that you've had that. You led a revolution in food teaching at a time of immense change. And when teachers were uncertain where the subject would go, there it was. Instantly they could use it. Vibrant, fun, relevant, well tested. It simply worked, just brilliant. I was lucky enough to be allowed out of school to do a few teacher training presentations out on the road with Jenny. We even did a photo shoot on the Isle of Sheppey. never had a book launch though, did we? It wasn't a thing.
We didn't do book launches.
So it's lovely to have this. I can't overstate how this work that Jenny started in the 1980s has continued through many other phases, supporting teachers 100%, and she became the guru and inspiration for so many food teachers. I'm so proud of you, Jenny, on all you've achieved.
I'm proud of you too.
And in the style that you work, so many people can learn from that too. When I created my own volunteer team, I talked about having 32 volunteers. We've been going for about 13 years now. I tried to Jennify it. I called it the 3 M's. The first M was about memories. If you're going to teach for 40 years, create some great memories. You've got to look back on your career and have some fun with it, haven't you? So let's see if we can do that. The second M was about momentum. You can change things from the ground up. Don't worry about what the government are doing and government policies. Be the Mexican wave that Jenny is, of great fun ideas, and you watch that ripple go across the pond. And the third M was about mentoring. Pass on your wisdom. Take people under your wing. I've been able to help others become authors in the same way that Jenny did for me, in that passing it forward. We're now, as we alluded to earlier, another period of change. There's been a lot of changes to that original national curriculum. And as a result of my partnership with Jenny, I've been responsible, sadly, for writing quite a few of those national curriculums. The battles for the subject that you talk about in your books still, unfortunately, remain the same. People think food isn't an academic subject. They think it's neither a science nor creative, and we know they're wrong on both of those. Teachers still struggle to get recognition and enough food, budget and ingredients for what they do in their school, enough timetable time. But you know, it's the first place the head teacher takes their visitors to. It's the most interesting class in the school when you're showing people around. It's always buzzing with learning and excitement about the lesson. You know, as the only teacher where the kids ran towards me shouting, "What are we doing today, miss?" Never did that for the history teacher. So Jenny, thank you. You'll never realise just how much you're responsible for removing the boredom from those lessons. Your personality shines through in the books. Your knowledge and wisdom are captured there too. On behalf of all the food teachers that you've supported for over 40 years. Thank you.